Shatteredville released April 2nd, 2025 with the Season 3 update. We head back to West Virginia with the map taking place right outside of Liberty Falls in a mansion. The Wonderwaff DG2 returns as one of the map's wonder weapons, last seen in Modern Warfare Zombies. It acts just like how it did in previous games. It releases a bolt of lightning that chains in between zombies. Not too much to note here. The Reagan Mark II also returns as one of the map's wonder weapons, last seen in Black Ops 4's Ether maps. Once again, its base variant acts just like how it did in previous games, a 3-round burst energy pistol. But much like Alpha Omega, the Mark II can be upgraded with 3 different variants. The Mark II-W is a fully automatic variant, sporting a blue tint. And it unfortunately doesn't become dual-wield when Pack-a-Punch unlike its predecessor. When firing it, it can occasionally spawn in a Wraithfire type effect. When it goes off, it's just like the Wraithfire from BO4 or a Molotov in this game. It's just a little fire on the ground that will cause damage to zombies. The Mark II-P is the shotgun variant. Sporting a purple tint, the Mark II will now fire much like a shotgun with a spread. It can also sometimes spawn in a spot on the ground. Standing in this will grant invincibility to anyone standing on it for a little bit. And finally, the Mark II-R is the semi-auto variant. Sporting an orange tint, this version acts a lot like a marksman rifle, able to produce massive amounts of headshot damage when paired with something like Deadshot. This one, like the others, has a special ability. Sometimes when killing a zombie, a puff of toxic gas will shoot out, and any zombie near it will get damaged. The Disciple returns as the map's elite enemy, last seen in Modern Warfare Zombies. This version of the Disciple is a lot stronger than its special enemy counterpart. The ability of buffing nearby zombies and increasing their speed and health stays the same, but can now also take advantage of the evolved system in BO6. It can now force enemies like parasites to become doppelghasts and doppelghasts to become amalgams. They will also spawn in a barrage of vermin when taking too much damage. Toxic zombies debut as a new enemy type. They serve as the max ammo round enemies but also spawn naturally. They act mostly the same as play counts of the poison catalyst. Upon death or when going near you, they will explode in a big gas of poison that will slowly damage you. Vermin, parasites, manglers, doppelghast, abominations, and amalgams all also reappear on the map, but the specials and elites will only spawn in by evolution or by certain quest steps. Double Tap Root Beer finally returns after being absent for 9 years. Well, technically the version of Black Ops 6 is the original 1.0 version, so it's really been absent for 14 years, with its last appearance being in Black Ops 1's Moon. And just like in BL1, Double Tap will increase all weapons fire rates by 26%. And it also comes with 6 new augments tied to it, along with the new icon and machine. Man, Double Tap, how I've missed you. On my first attempt, I, of course, run my beginning of the game routine. Like last time, I get the Rampage Inducer on instantly, then run it until the first max ammo round. I started with the Olympia because it released a few days ago and I still needed headshots for it. You can see I have Opal on it in the clip, but that's because the camos are bugged and for some reason gave me Opal without finishing the military camos, but I'm still going to go ahead and do one because, you know, it just doesn't feel right. It's a pretty nice return of a weapon. It's a shame it doesn't have very many attachments, but it was nice of them to add Dragon's Breath to it when Pack-a-Punch. But anyways, I leave spawn at round 7 and head into the mansion. In here, I buy Jug, and then a round later, I continue buying into the map. Once I get into the library, I can shoot the sleeping zombie for him to drop a fuse. Then I can shoot this computer for it to drop a circuit board. With these 2 items, I can repair this elevator. Opening it for the first time will cause a bunch of zombies to spawn in, but after defeating them, I can open it again, which will cause the elevator to fall down the shaft. But luckily, I can zipline down and come face to face with Sam and also pack my Olympia. Now I gotta wait for a scientist zombie to spawn in, and thankfully it didn't take too long, and killing her will drop a floppy disk. Now that I got the floppy disk, I can head back up to the mansion and place it in this computer. After a little bit, I can read a piece of paper that comes out and it'll give me a word, with this time it being moth. Now I can head to this chalkboard with a bunch of letters on it. Essentially how you do this is, so my word was moth. So since my word, I'll look at where it is on the board, and then I count how many letters are with it and the letter itself. So M has 7, then with O there's 3, with T there's 9, and with H there's 4, leaving me with the code 7394. Now that I got my code, I can enter it in this keypad in this little room with an HVT Doppelgast in it. After defeating him, he will drop his arm, which I can bring to the armory to get myself a free ray gun Mark II. Next, I start shooting some crystals around the map in hopes of getting a canister. The first one I shoot surprisingly doesn't have the canister in it, but there's more crystals around the map, you know, I'll get it. The second one I shoot also surprisingly, I usually get it within like the first 1 to 2 crystals, so the second one not having it, it's a bit of a shocker, but you know, there's a couple more. I can go to the other ones. Then the third one, also didn't drop it. Huh. I'm pretty sure there's another crystal somewhere around the map, but if you would have put the Olympia to my head and say, tell me where the 4th crystal is, you'd have to blow my fucking head off, because I have no idea where it is. So instead of looking for that 4th crystal that might not even exist, I go ahead and grab this free Casimir that's just laying around, and throw it near this window to grab a canister that's sitting just right outside the map. I also grab this lamp that's in a box nearby. With the lamp, I can place it on this wall to begin the easiest Simon Says of all time. It's 3 very quick rounds of it, and I'm fucking awful at Simon Says, so thank God it's not like anything like Moons. But I think Treyarch knows that no game will ever beat the Spaceland Simon Says step. It's simply just the best Simon Says step of all time, and it can't be beat. But anyways, after doing that, it'll open up a secret room. But before we go in there, I can use that canister I got to place it in this machine. Doing this will spawn in an abomination. With him here, I have to make him shoot these rocks to make him start glowing, and then I have to make him run into them so they start floating. Pretty annoying step because he just never does what you want him to do. You know, sometimes he'll just blast the same rock, he'll run in the wrong direction. You know, it's annoying, but it does give you the best Mark II variant. Not my favorite, but it's definitely like, it does the most damage output. But after a lot of back and forth, I finally get all the rocks floating, and now I must defend a portal on the ground from some vermin. It's pretty easy, it only takes a couple minutes. Afterwards, the canister will be charged and I can pick it back up. Then I can place it in this workbench and upgrade my Mark II. Like I said, the Mark IIW does put out the most amount of damage. I mean, like, it annihilates us. Damn. Let me do that again. It annihilates disciples. I do like the Mark IIP more. That one is also kind of annoying to build because one of its parts is RNG based. Now I can head back to that secret room and activate a portal by killing some zombies with the Mark IIW. This will open up a liminal space, and now I gotta go grab a bell, which I can place on this bar. Now I gotta turn a zombie near it, then press the bell so the zombie will hop over the counter. He'll have a drink, then drop me a flask. With this flask, I can place it in the liminal space. This will begin a lockdown where I must defeat an HVT Mangler. He doesn't stand a chance against the Mark II though. He goes down quickly and then I can get out of here. Now the only reason I did that is to activate a voice line from Richtofen. For some explicable reason, you have to do one of the quest steps to be able to get the waff. It's so goddamn stupid. I'll get more into it on the tier list, but dude, I fucking hate the Wonder Waff quest. But I gotta compose myself. Oh god, it pisses me off. But anyways, I can start getting the rest of my points and train to round 40. So the early game strat is the usual. Grab a wonder weapon and grab some mother gun that you're just, you know, that's fun to use or you're getting camos on. And then just run around and kill zombies for 40 rounds. I usually train out front or inside the mansion with the occasional train in the sand room. If a disciple spawns in, just slam him with the Mark II, he's not much of a threat. And since no specials or other elites can spawn in, it's pretty smooth. Not much else to say, so we can really just go into the high round strat. But actually, before we enter it, we need to go grab one more thing. On round 40, I go and grab the GS45s. Then head to this bedroom where I can shoot this pile of clothes on the floor. Then I head to this book and shoot it. Now my mist will begin to fly around, I just gotta shoot it until it disappears. Next I gotta do this again, but now it's spawn, and it's a lot longer. And finally, I gotta do it one more time, but at the beginning of the mansion. Doing that will spawn in one more mist in the elevator shaft. I can shoot it and it will drop down a free Wonder Waff DG2. Simple but shitty quest. So for the high round strat, I sit right down here at the bottom of the elevator, spamming the waff. And you may think, man, he's gonna run out of ammo, hell nah. But with a combination of augments, we can get essentially infinite ammo for the waff. With Critical Eye from Death Reception and Dead Again from Deadshot, we get, like I said, essentially infinite ammo. Critical Eye makes it to where you have a small chance for body shots to become crits. Then Dead Again makes it to where crits have a chance of adding a bullet to your magazine. And with how many zombies a waff will kill, you just keep getting ammo. It is very unlikely that a chain of zombies that you electrify won't give you some ammo. You don't really need it, but Parting Gift from Vulture is also a good backup. Who would have ever thought in a million years that Death Perception would be useful? Like, useful enough to bring you to round 100? I mean, like, what the fuck? I simply would have never thought I would have ever started a map and think to myself, damn, I need to go grab Death Reception. Strange times we live in. But anyways, that's really it, just ping pong back and forth shooting the zombies from both sides. Usually when a disciple spawns in, I just go ahead and use a mutant injection because it's easier, but sometimes you might maybe be able to take him out with a Wonder Waff, but it's safer to use an injection. Especially when he spawns in a bunch of vermin. I had a couple doppelgasts spawn in, but I mean, they're not really much of a nuisance. Never seen or had an amalgam spawn in, but if one did, you're gonna have to pop an injection. I can't imagine a waff's gonna be too much to him. Well, actually, he's weak to dead wire and electric damage, so maybe the waff might be crazy on him. I always kept one Casimir on me for safekeeping, but if I ever got another one, I'd just chuck it immediately. And that's really all I did to get the round 100, so let's get on with the tier list. I didn't really expect too much coming in the Shattered Veil. I had like no expectations for the map, other than I was really hoping the Reagan Mark II would be in it, and I'm glad it was. Still really wish we would have got a new wonder weapon though. I mean, like, it's just like, out of all the maps we have so far, only 2 of them have original wonder weapons, I mean, that just kind of sucks. I really, really hope the final map has an original wonder weapon, because so far, like, I love the beam smasher and I love the swords, but man, the wonder weapon category, or just like the wonder weapon list in this map, is just not amazing. But I mean, even saying that though, it is cool to see the Waff again, even though we literally had it in the last 2 games and it functions the exact same. But the Mark II is fucking awesome. On them adding it to all the previous maps like they did back in BO2 when it was first introduced is really cool, and the variants are fucking awesome. I do wish that the automatic one was dual wield when you pack it like an Alpha Omega, but you know, still really good. The quest was also pretty good. The boss fight was amazing. It was really fun to do. The quest, once again, it has some pretty good steps and it's fun to redo, but it's just too short, man. I really wish that we would get longer quests again. What I don't get though about the quest is like I said, the Wonder Waff is cool, but I really fail to see why it's in the map other than it was in the intro cutscene for Liberty Falls. Like, it's not used for the quest at all. You never have to even look at it once to do the entire quest, and I don't get it. The Easter egg song, once again, is just so fucking good. It's so goddamn good. I am praying that we get Alina Sigmund, or at least Clark Nova, just any one of them in the final song. I feel like it's gonna happen. I really hope at the very least it's gonna happen. But like, if we end out the final map with one more just incredible Easter egg song, this game might go down in history as just the best, at least best or second best catalog of Easter egg songs. They're all so goddamn good. The Disciple coming back was honestly not expected, but welcome. They're actually really cool as elites. I like their redesign. I love the blue mist that they make around when they spawn in. I really like how they utilize the evolve system in the game, and it's pretty cool. Still though, I wish we got into elite. But the kind of new enemies we got, the toxic zombies, they're okay. They're fucking horrifying sometimes at early rounds when they just super sprint out of nowhere. I was really hoping that they would be Catalyst where I was like seeing them in teasers. I was really, really hoping that Catalyst would be returning because I fucking love Catalyst. But, you know, Plague Hound, you know, redesign, reskin, it's fine. I almost forgot to mention this, but like I said earlier, I was going to elaborate on it more. But not only is the Wonder Waff just not even really needed in the map, but its quest is so fucking bad. Like, I don't get how Vanguard had a better quest than this game's Wonder Waff. Like, not only do you have to do an entire Easter egg step, like one of the lockdowns to even just begin doing it, which is so fucking dumb, but then you just have to shoot 3 miss? Like, I don't get it. If you don't have an explosive weapon, it is so fucking annoying to do. Like, doing it with an AR, especially on the 3rd time, it's just AIDS. No idea why they designed it like that, but it is what it is. It really just sucks having to do a quest step to get it, because it just ends up with me never getting it 90% of the time I play the map. But apart from the quest for the Wonder Waff being dog shit, there's not really anything I don't like about the map. Playing it is always a good time, it's very fun to look at, and it's just a very, very good map. Like I said last time, I still need to revamp the tier list because I feel like the categories are not really representing it anymore. But it's gonna go in love for now up there. I, once again, don't know if I'd say I'd actually love it, but it's still a really, really good map. So it's going there for now, and hopefully next video I'll have the tier list reworked. So round 100 was hit in 2 hours and 44 minutes. Once done, I pop an exit strat so I don't gotta go another round, and then ride off, leaving the mansion behind. You'd have to blow my fucking head off. You'd have to blow my fucking head off, because the fuck was that?